Good evening, dear friends, and thank you for joining us once more for our bi-weekly guided meditation and Dharma talk, right? Altered the name slightly. Still Dharma talk, just a Dharmet. Made a little bit more friendly sounding, I suppose, Dharmet. Today is November 30th, 2020, and it's about 6 p.m. here in Minnesota, where I'm at, right? So central time zone time. And before we begin, as is common practice, we'll do a small, brief, guided little meditation to get us into the present moment and to relax after a long day, probably for most of us. Maybe you're watching this on the replay before you go to work, or maybe after work, on your lunch break, whatever works well. And it's always time for a brief meditation, anytime a suitable time. So why don't we close our eyes, get into a comfortable position. For me, I'm sitting. You could be laying down. You could be sitting as well. You could be sitting on a couch. You could be standing. It doesn't matter, whatever's comfortable for you. It's all about the comfort and the relaxation. You take a nice deep inhale and pause and exhale. You can exhale through your nose. You can exhale through your mouth, whatever works best for you. Inhale. And exhale. And with each inhale, feel the air coming through your nostrils. Feel that sensation. If it's warm air, it may feel nice and relaxing. If it's cool air, you may feel that little sharpness, that little bite to it. Maybe you have some incense, like I do, blowing or burning, and I can smell the calming aroma. Or maybe you're outside and you have the nice fresh air. And then on your exhale, just feel yourself relaxing a little bit more with each exhale. And put a little smile on your face, a little half smile. This is an enjoyable time for relaxation, no stress, no anxiety, no problems or concerns. Maybe you're watching this and you celebrated Thanksgiving. Maybe you can think about a peaceful moment or an enjoyable moment, one that was filled with loving kindness with your family. Whether you were sitting at the table or with them on a Zoom call, just spending the time with them, how relaxing and enjoyable it was, those present moments at that time. Think about the love and the warmth that it felt, or that you felt inside you, being surrounded, family and friends that you love, the connections that you make. If there was someone new there, or firming up connections that you already have, maybe relatives you haven't seen in a while. We're all connected. Those bonds are connecting us even now. They may not be near us, but those bonds are still there. And think about where you are now. Any sensations that you feel as you sit or stand or whatever position that you're in. And ground yourself. There's no hurry, no place to be, nowhere to go, just right here. This moment of calmness and clarity. Imagine those family members that maybe you sat with, that you have love and positive emotions with. Make sure you feel those for yourself too. And envelop yourself with that love and kindness and the warmth that you give to them, you give to yourself. You are as important as everyone else. So we treat ourselves with loving kindness as well. Positive, reassuring love and kindness towards ourselves, both mentally and physically. As we begin to awaken ourselves and open your eyes, bring yourself back to the present moment. Maybe adjust your position a little bit if you need to. You can sit up if you like. Or you can sit down if you like too, if you were standing. Wonderful. And so, what I'd like for you to do at this time is think of a time, since we just had Thanksgiving and a wonderful holiday. Think of a time where you had a joyful moment. And what were you doing? You could have been preparing a meal, cooking, cleaning, meditating, walking, or even talking to a friend. Think how that made you feel. Were you holding a vegetable, getting it ready to slice it? Was it the smell of the fresh breeze as it accompanied you on a walk? the pleasing taste of a strawberry or a mango. Perhaps it was just seeing an old dear friend after many years. So many memories that we can think of. Now think about a time where you were in a not so pleasant moment. It could have been a disagreement with a family member or a coworker. Maybe you tried a new recipe and it didn't come out as you expected. Or perhaps the store was out of your favorite food. Think how this moment made you feel. Were you anxious? Disappointed? Maybe you were angry at the other person for something they did. Now think of a time where you had a neutral moment. Walking to the bedroom, opening a door, throwing away junk mail. There are many moments in our day we can consider as neutral, or not eliciting a positive or a negative emotion. So when I asked you to think of a pleasant moment, how long did it take you to think of one? When I asked you to think of a not so pleasant moment, how long did it take you to think of one? What about a neutral moment? I have a feeling it took you longer to think of a neutral moment than either the pleasant or the not so pleasant moment. Being mindful is about being in the present moment with our surroundings, with our feelings, the non-judgmental awareness of both. How much of our life could we consider to be pleasant or not so pleasant? It was easier for you to recall either one of these moments than it was for the neutral moment. So how much of our day or week or month or year or our life do we let vanish like a cloud without ever acknowledging how precious that moment really is? What new experience have we not opened ourselves up to? Every moment has its value, a lesson to be taught, even if it's the realization that it will never come again. When we are mindful of all that we do, eating, drinking, working, writing, anything we do, we have the opportunity to relish that moment for what it truly is. It is a gift. But this gift isn't a rare gift. On the contrary, we have countless gifts each day. We often don't value them as we should. So how do we develop value for these gifts? We develop the relationship with our true home, our being, and to do so, we slow down, meditate, we breathe, and breathing is our basic existence. It's a bodily function we often ignore unless when we do a strenuous activity. But when we meditate and pay attention to our breath, to each sensation that goes with an inhale and an exhale, the rising and falling of our chest, the air passing in and out of our nostrils, we connect with our being. Breathing is a characteristic that we share with all life. When we pay attention to our breath, we begin to realize that all of us, people, cows, dogs, fish, birds, plants, no matter what type of life it is all connected. No species is superior or inferior to another. We are all the same. So when we meditate and pay attention to our breath, we begin to realize that even what we once considered a neutral moment in our day is really a positive moment. When you open the door, feel your hand on the doorknob. Feel the sensation of the metal on your hand. Or walk to the bathroom and feel the warm carpet on the soles of your feet. Or when you throw out the junk mail, think about the mailman who delivered it and the necessary service he provides to the community. We often move through our day without ever realizing the significance of each moment. Consider when we eat. Are you watching TV as you prepare your meal? Or when you put the food in your mouth? You may think, wow, that is good food as you watch your show. But are you really relishing the moment? Did you really taste the seasoning of the food? Did you really connect with the moment while you were cutting vegetables or mixing a salad? Slow down. There is no hurry in life. There really isn't. Each sensation from each activity you do, each one is unique and has its own significance, its own value. And when you slow down and become witness to those moments, you live in the present moment. And so being in the present moment is the gift. It's where we exist. Right? We don't live in the past. We don't live in the future. They will come, and they have. Right? The future is always a second away, a millisecond away. The past is already gone. We can't go back to it. The only thing we have is this very moment right here. And that's where mindfulness takes place. So, my dear friends, I ask, slow down. There's no rush. Enjoy the moment. Live with that moment. Live with the breath. Anyway, that's all I have for our talk tonight and our pleasant guided meditation. And I hope that you found it rewarding and enlightening. And if you do, please feel free to subscribe or visit our website at bluelotusmeditation.us for more. We have some wonderful activities coming up for the month of December, more guided meditations and talks and introduction to mindfulness, 13-week course. And we're here to support you in your journey, your mindfulness journey, for as long as you need. And for at whatever level of depth that you're at, we're here for you. And we're all inclusive, supporting of everyone. Everyone is welcome where we are. And with that, my dear friends, I bid you peace on your journey. Namaste.